is because we are all meant to be reading and studying the Torah on Shabbatot and on festivals and holidays, and so this tradition allows us all to experience and see the Hebrew that was read, and to therefore experience it as if we've all had a chance to read the Hebrew, and then we will dress the Torah and allow it to sit here when it is time for the Haftarah portion as well. And so we turn to page 274, and I invite you all to please rise.
וזאת התורה אשר שם משה לפני בני ישראל על פי אדוני ביד משה. רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להקדשו. רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להקדשו. כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו רוממו. כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו רוממו. רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להקדשו.
Please be seated. Dressing the Torah with social distancing. Okay, it's always a treat to hear Ethan Galler chant Haftarah each year. We will be on page 277 for Isaiah chapter 58. Such an incredible prophetic reading. It's so important. And often it feels ironic because it's God saying to us through the prophet Isaiah, what is this fast that you are doing? Are you just fasting to say you did? And to say, look what I did, I fasted, and that should be enough for the year. And Isaiah is saying to us, this isn't what I want, is just for you to say I fasted and I'm a good Jew and that's all I need to do. Isaiah is saying, make sure you're doing all the other actions, the ethical actions that are so very important, not just some of the mitzvot that are all about you internally. It's about the external actions about other people, taking care of others, that are important. So Ethan will be leading us in our Haftarah portion, and it's a privilege to turn it over to him now.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar b'nvi'im tovim v'ratza b'divreihem hanemarim bemet. Baruch atah Adonai habocher b'torah uv'Moshe avdo uv'Yisrael amo uv'nbi'ei ha'emet b'tzedek. Kara begaron al tachshoch kashofar harem kolecha v'haged le'ami pisham u'lavet Yaakov chatotam ve'oti yom yom yidroshun v'da'at drachai yechvatzun kegol asher tzedakah asa Umishpat Elohai lo azab yish'aluni mishpatei tzedek kirbat Elohim yechvatzun. Lama tzamnu velo ra'ita ininu nafshenu velo teda hen bayom tzomchem ti'imtzeu chefetz veko atzvechem tingoshu. Hen lariv u'matzah tatzumu u'lechakot be'egrof re'esha לא תצומו כיום, להשמיע במרום קולכם. הכזה יהיה צום אחריהו יום ענות אדם נפשו, הלקוף כגמון ראשו ושעק באפר יציע, על זה תקרא צום ויום רצון לאדוני. הלא זה צום אחריהו פתח חרצובות רשע, התר אגודות מותה, ושלח רצוצים חפשים, וכל מותה תנתקו. הלא פרס לרעב לעמך, ועניים מרדים תביא בית, כי תראה ארוס לכיסאתו, ובנפשרך לא תתעלם. אז יבקך קשך אורך, ברוכתך מהירה תצמח, והלך לפניך צדקך, כבוד אדוני יאספך. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, צור כל העולמים, צדיק בכל הדורות, האל הנאמן האומר ועושה, המדבר ומקיים, שכל דבריו אמת בצדק. על התורה ועל העבודה ועל הנביאים, יום הכיפורים הזה, שנתת לנו אדוני אלוהינו, למחילה וסליחה וכפרה, לכבוד ותפארת, על הכל אדוני אלוהינו אנחנו מודים לך ומברכים אותך. יתברך שמך בפי כל חי תמיד לעולם ועד, ודברך אמת וקיים לעד. ברוך אתה אדוני מלך מוחל וסולח לעוונותינו לעוונות עמו בית ישראל, ומעביר אשמותינו בכל שנה ושנה, מלך על כל הארץ, מקדש ישראל ביום הכיפורים.
Amen.
Yasher Koach. How wonderful. Thank you, Ethan. Now, please join us on page 290 for the return of the Torah to the Ark. Please rise. Oh, page 291.
את חיים היא למחזיקים בה, לצורכיה מאושר, דרכיה דרכי נועם, וכל נתיבותיה שלום. השיבנו אדוני אליך ונשובה, חדש חדש ימינו, חדש ימינו כקדם.
Please be seated. Good Yontif. And Gemar Chatima Tova again. Lashana Tova. A few months ago, Spencer came home from preschool singing a song that I hadn't heard for years. It's one of those call and repeat songs, so you're all going to have to repeat after me. Okay, ready? Okay. We're going on a bear hunt.
Going on a bear hunt.
We're gonna catch a big one.
We're gonna catch a big one.
What a beautiful day.
What a beautiful day.
We're not scared.
We're not scared.
Uh-oh, grass.
Uh-oh, grass.
Long, wavy grass.
Long, wavy grass.
We can't go over it.
We can't go over it.
We can't go under it.
We can't go under it.
We've got to go through it.
We gotta go through it.
Swishy, swashy, swishy, swash. Swishy, swashy. Thanks for playing along. Thank you. Well, the song continues. I'm not going to subject you to the whole song. As the children in the story meet one mildly frightening roadblock after another on their adventure. There's a deep, cold river and thick, oozy mud. There's a deep, creepy cave, a dark, creepy cave. And they even find the bear. And these are definitely spooky for kids and maybe even some adults. And we're reminded throughout, we're not scared. And plus, maybe most importantly, we can't go over it. We can't go under it. We've got to go through it. It's an American folk song for children that was adapted into a book in 1989 by Michael Rosen. And maybe some of you have had to read it to your children, maybe many times, or you've seen the cute video that was made of it. I think there's even a musical that was made of it. And yet it hit me right in my kishkis when Spencer sang it to me this summer, right when my mother was declining in hospice. The words rang so true. And as deep as that deep, cold river in that song. It's a song presumably about an adventure, but what a safe way to learn that there are moments in our lives which might be unexpected and maybe even a little scary. And try as we might to get around them, we sure ain't avoiding them. We have to go through them. Can you imagine a more profound message to start learning as a 4-year-old? As adults, this is still a really tough message to fully embrace. And this past year, boy, has forced all of us, every single one of us, to wrestle with loss, frustration, sadness, loneliness, and isolation. We've stayed away from close relatives and friends for long periods of time. We've all been isolated in our homes for various lengths of time, some even longer due to being high risk. We've learned new behaviors and had to stop old ones. And ever since the pandemic of COVID-19 began more than 6 months ago, our world has changed in innumerable ways. And I sincerely hope that you've allowed yourself the time and the space to feel sad or to feel angry about it. And I'm sure there have been so many moments of joy throughout. But have you let yourself cry or mourn the losses that you've experienced? Or to feel angry about events you've missed out on? We feel all of this loss because of the very real fear of illness, of the legitimate concern of getting or passing along the novel coronavirus. We never would have guessed that there were to be times when going grocery shopping would feel like a life or death choice. Due to these concerns, there have been so many heartbreaking consequences. Some of us have experienced the cruelty of having a loved one die alone in a hospital since no one was allowed at their side. Personally, as my mother lay dying of pancreatic cancer in the hospital, my 3 siblings and I were told that only one of us could visit her for a brief 20 minutes every other day.